Hello YouTube, so as you can see I've recently cut my hair and shaved, and as I was looking in the mirror the day after I'd done this, not only did I realize I looked very, very different without a beard. I've had a beard for most of this year, but I also started thinking about how people would perceive me. Not based on my personality or how I came across, but just based on a first assumption at looking at me. I wasn't really worried about what my friends would think of me. I mean, they know my personality. They know I don't change just by changing my hair or shaving. But I was wondering how I would appear to the everyday stranger. The person who's seeing me for the first time. Before, my hair was like here. I had a big beard that had red highlights in it. I looked very different to how I look now. As I started thinking about this thought more, I realized that our first assumptions are usually based on what we can see on the exterior. Although we have been told not to judge a book by its cover, to always try and imagine a person complexly, we can't do that when we're walking through our day-to-day lives, when we're meeting probably over 100, 200, 300 people, depending where you're walking. In the city, I probably look at 400, 500 faces just from walking from point A to point B. And I don't have the mental capacity in that moment to try and imagine all those people complexly. I go back to my heuristics, I go back to my assumptions and just base it off their face. I know that's not something I should do, but we all do it. So when I changed some of my exterior appearance, I naturally wondered how people would see me now. Would they see me as a fresh-faced student, as someone younger? Would they perceive me as being younger than I actually am, as opposed to older, as I usually was perceived with my beard and longer hair? Would they perceive me perhaps as a nerd, or would they perceive me as something completely different? It's also based on the clothes I'm wearing at the time, the way I walk, the way I present myself. And all these things are going through our head subconsciously. We don't even know we're doing it. So, I'm curious. Do you realize as you're going around your day-to-day life that you're constantly doing this to other people, that you're constantly just putting them in a place in your brain and making assumptions about them, and that they're probably doing it to you as well? Or do you just not realize and just go around your day-to-day just seeing people, not really paying a lot of attention? And finally, what do you perceive me now as? Assumedly, you know some of my personality and some of my nature by watching my previous videos. But I'm curious how you perceive me now, if you were just looking at me for the first time, and how that is different from your previous perceptions of me when I had longer hair, a beard, and maybe came off to you a bit differently. Something to think about. I hope you have a good week. You'll see me next week, and don't forget to be awesome.